and it mentions like Chips and Dates Rescue Rangers this year. That the live action and animations are hybrid combined the computer graphic. It sounds crazy, but I have seen the Disney movie. It's a lot of it crazy for me. As a lot of all the details of all of its characters that despite that the make the comedy crossover. And in fact that Ugly Sonic came into Chips and Dates the Rescue Rangers. That is unbelievable. The Ugly Sonic that came into the Disney movie. Like OMG. This what I have to research. I found that out. I found that out that I really thought that the Ugly Sonic scenes is very impressive. The scenes like the Nintendo Cinematic Universe that came out of nowhere. Like a Disney Cinematic Universe is shared with Nintendo Cinematic Universe. That Ugly Sonic, the trailers that came out before the redesigns of the Sonics, this looks realistic, cartoonishly, and something like that. And also really torso. And of course, is always as I believe it true. The Yandere Trio said as optimized that the similar like these actual the similar the I will look it up it's going to be I will look it up. The similar the craziest student girl Trio with the Takati-san, Yuyasaki-chan, and the Kotaro-sans, that there are meant to be craziest student girl trios, and that everybody seems to watch the Japanese the teasing student girls as romantically comedy, but the paranormal quarantines as the genres that give this the topically would be like the surreal comedy and satire. As it appears to be the characters that as it videos entire the satire, and of course it makes it laughable for comedically. As a comedy as a word of unknowns, man, I'm at the bit speed looking forward for the forward speed to the paranormal quarantines. And the paranormal quarantines games, the logos games, it does have the featuring with the Tyrio characters, the individuals, the antagonists, with some crazy Yandere Miku, Psycho Jaws, and Manius Yandere Mark. He was the German British man. He is one of the following friends of the German British man of Manius Yandere Mark. And the attractions came into Japan. At this point, so I just met the German British guy, so that Manny and Mark, so that it's nice to him, so that as for the first time. But I separated speed. I moved into the paranoid quarantines, and I decided to creating the new ones. And I just have a leftover the groups that not wanted to take much longer because it's just bland and boring and stupid. And I was just arrogant that I did not listen to everybody people. And so I was trying hard, but to try to wanted to the idea, and we just made the standalone the media from main series of Who Framed Miku. We thought have the need to hire the designer, programmers, and artists, and does include the arts and animations. It was incredibly painful the years and years since before. I mentioned that. And Yandere Miku that acting like the Takashi-san. Psychotrons but usually act like a Nakotaro-san. And many Yandere marks also act like Yusaki's chance, possibly, actually is true. It's actually 100% true. And I ever seen play Yandere Simulator just a while ago for the 100 times, and I was really happy to think to make these decision that there's opportunity to be making like with the paranoid quarantines but standalone media. It's just likely the dark scientist. It's like it turns likely the dark scientist fantasy. Dark scientist fantasy, satire, surreal comedy, mockumentary, and so people makes funniers. I will watch that. Adult animated comedy videos that since I really make the Flodigo videos I mentioned before. So that's I was really did the video before, and the freeware the programs that use the polygons, it has a no budget. Blender's also about freeware, but doesn't have the budget, so you have to use the Blender 3D renders on it. So you have to create your own animation, make things realistic, upgraded your quality, everything. It matches the video makers, filmmakers that independently thought with your workers for studios and leftists, and you have to create the independent thought with the small teams together, like that. So, and I guess the parasites, but I watched the Killer Beans forever. It's like how crazy is it made by this done by the one person and small teams, and he has this incredibly made that every single the careers that, and here comes with the American Asian films directors that the creator of the Killer Beans. There's an American Asian guy just call it Jeffrey Jeff Liu, and he's been working to an animator like X-Men, The Matrix Reloaded, and Transformer Part 2 and 3. After that, he went on to and the Grovius beat he went on to the independent thought to be he made the Killer Beans franchise that's still bright their days out there, and I really liked the Killer Beans before. It's still hilariously. This is absolutely crazy that Chef Lowe's that he was made the Killer Beans. This was absolutely crazy with every single career that one person that done by one person, and the independent adult animated film was made and created by the possible that one person, and the small teams with the Vegas, Bryans, Matthew, Davis, and we have the Justin, Vinny's, Bones, but crap, I don't know if it's a small team that they have. I don't know how much these people they have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people. Small team has 8 people. It was done by Chip as himself or one person. That's crazy. That is just absolutely freaking crazy. It's awesome. is freaking awesome.